scared of the dark? Do you believe in ghosts?
I hate going first.
Good, because it's Fright Night on First Look.
Things I do for this show. Tonight on First Look, we are getting up close and personal with things that go bump in the night. And there's a place here in Brooklyn that has a morbid fascination with breathing life back into the dead. The Morbid Anatomy Museum is home to all manner of spooky subjects, which is why I'm joined today by Eden Grinchpan, my friend and local Brooklynite, on today's adventure. Are you ready to get freaky?
Absolutely.
Let's do it.
Okay.
And as our tour begins, we head upstairs to the exhibition space where today we're getting a first-hand account of 20th century stage magic.
There was a magician in the early 20th century named Howard Thurston. He was a contemporary of Houdini.
Are these what he used in his show?
Yeah, these are actual props that Thurston used in his show.
It's definitely morbid.
The Met's not going to show this. What museum would show that? And that's what we want to do. We want to serve that. Whoa.
This mummy is awesome.
This is called the Luxor mummy. Its name was apparently Ra Ra Ra.
Okay, I admit, I'm a little jumpy, but these magic items are nothing compared to what's waiting for us in the next room.
I feel like one thing I'm seeing a lot of here is taxidermy.
Taxidermy is a really big part of what we do. We have one really good piece right in here as well.
Two-headed duck?
This is
little chick?
so cute. This is one of the most popular things in the library.
Can I touch it?
Yeah, go for it.
Oh my god.
We actually offer classes in anthropomorphic taxidermy. We have one today.
Oh.
Are you interested in taking it?
Sure, why not?
Okay,
Yes,
cool.
I'm not gonna lie, even in high school, I hated dissecting anything, so I would skip school on those days.
Oh, those were like my days. Like, I love that stuff. I would be the one like flicking things at my friends.
Gross, but not as gross as these bad boys. The mice have been humanely sourced, but that doesn't make them any less creepy. Luckily, we have Divya Arenthema, the resident taxidermist and our instructor for today.
So I'm going to demonstrate the skinning of the mouse. That's like the part that everyone likes to watch. And you can see that I've been sort of massaging my mouse here. It's cold, it's frozen. They look kind of sad, they might be kind of wet. It's okay, it's going to go through a long journey before it's cute again. I'm going to peel it off. Now I'm sort of using his anatomy to get him undressed, sort of.
Alright, demo's over. Time to choose our mouse. And heads up, this next part is not for the squeamish.
There's nothing to be scared of as long as you don't stab it.
I don't know if I can do this.
You can.
And I do it like this, not to be gross, but because gravity really helps you here. This really moves that skin away. If you do end up blowing it out, it's fine.
What do you mean by blowing it out?
Tearing the hole bigger.
Oh.
I'm trying with all I have to do this. If Eden wasn't here, I don't know what I would do.
And the tail comes right out, like a little meat tentacle.
Why? This is gnarly. Oh my gosh, got it. Don't look at its face. I need another one. So you're good at cutting, right?
I got you, girl.
God, it does smell.
It smells so bad.
It's definitely a smelly situation. I really can't get past that. It smells like fishy rot.
like nasty, fishy meat.
Okay, yes, it's smelly, but stink aside, we're getting the hang of it.
That's your job. Just sprinkle. Sprinkle.
This is so disgusting.
Yo, check that out.
I did it! It's so gross. Don't let it...
But thankfully, mercifully, the hard part's over. Now it's time to get crafty.
Are you ready to decorate?
This is the fun part.
Yeah. I really think we should do like ombre.
And painting can't be any worse than skinning, right?
I cannot believe I'm painting a mouse.
And you're doing it so well.
So after a quick bath and a blow dry, it's time for our taxidermy to take shape.
First thing you'll put in is the head, and you kind of shaped it like the shape of his head.
Yeah, back.
So his face is back,
I have to say the ears are pretty cute.
and you'll put your tail in.
Oh, this is so cool.
Coming back to life.
We're sewing up a mouse.
Oh, she looks really cute.
Our mouse has a body, but now she needs personality. Hashtag accessories.
Do the skirt first and go from there.
Wait, just look at it.
We could do a flash.
Oh, good idea.
That's what we'll do instead
Good
of lights.
idea.
I love it.
Well, Divya, thank you so much for today. It's been quite the experience.
We had the best time.
Great, it was a pleasure. And Eden, I couldn't have done this without you.
Oh, thank you. I had the best time.
We created Penny.
Yeah, she's fantastic.
The things I do for this show.
It's from hundreds of years ago that come through,
A lighthouse keeper's always on duty.
so that could possibly.
First Floor wants to talk to you. Like us on Facebook and follow us on Twitter.
It's that time of year again when the air turns cold and Halloween is just around the corner. On First Look, we love a good Fright night, but before our episode begins, we have to ask one question. Do you believe in ghosts? Because tonight, I'm coming face to face with the other side and will definitively answer the one question that has been asked for generations. Are ghosts real? To find out, I'm heading all the way to Fort Gratiot, the oldest lighthouse in Michigan, and home to more than a few paranormal residents. So if there's something strange at your spooky lighthouse, who are you gonna call?
Motor City Ghost Hunters are a ghost hunting group out of southeastern Michigan. We like to find out what's going bump in the night.
And some of those things are pretty dang spooky.
Does anything really scary ever happen to people?
We've had objects flying off the wall. We've had people get scratched.
Oh my gosh.
And after a quick intro with the rest of the team, we start to gear up for our hunt. Our first location, the captain's quarters.
So the device that you're using is an obelisk. It's going to give you different words that you may be able to communicate with.
So the ghost can say words to us through
That's
that.
the theory.
So you kind of have, it just said soak. Possibly someone that had drowned in the water.
Yeah, there's a kid that comes in quite frequently who drowned, and there was a young man who was under the influence, and he died a few years ago in the water, and he's come through quite frequently.
Really? But I mean, you still get ghosts from hundreds of years ago that come through?
A lighthouse keeper's always on duty.
So that could possibly be him.
Yep, and nobody really knows where he was buried, so we always think he's here.
That light just went off.
McDougal's here.
Why don't we see if they're actually using it or whether it's a slight malfunction?
How do we do that?
Hello? If that's you using the light on the stairs, can you turn it off, please? Thank you. Now, if that truly is you, can you turn it on? Once again, in the count of 3. Okay. That's a little early.
You said 5. Oh my gosh!
That is not a TV trick.
Okay, pretty concrete evidence of spookiness in this room, but our ghost hunt isn't over. Next up, we're heading downstairs, so watch your step. Oh. Attack? It just said attack. So what do we have down here? There's different tools.
Yes, these are what we refer to as ghost boxes or spirit boxes, depending on who you talk to.
That's right, the ghost box, which uses radio frequencies to allow real-time communication between a ghost hunter and the other side. And as we settle into this dark, dank basement, I prepare myself for the terror this ghost box will bring.
You're trying? Okay, hi. Hi. What's your name? You Don? Don, did you say? Easy, one at a time. Do you know anyone in the room with us tonight? Well, you've got the other side on the line. Is there anything you want to ask?
I think it's my Grandpa Bob there.
Okay. Audrina wants to speak to her grandfather. Yeah, it's Tim. Hi. Can you find Bob? Hi, Bob. Bob, can you say your name when you're here? Gonna hang up in 3, 2, 1. Goodbye.
The hard evidence keeps on coming. Some might be convinced, but I'm nothing if not thorough. So there's one more spot to look at before I leave. I think it's time to get out of here. Oh my god, that scared me. Sorry. Oh, I thought...
As the rest of the team stays at the base to conduct further investigation, Tim and I ascend to the most haunted spot of all, the top of the lighthouse.
Oh. It's a little tricky getting out of here.
I hate going first. Well, Tim, we've used the ghost box, we've used all these different kinds of tools, but I think it's time to go old school with these dowsing rods.
All right.
And ask one more question.
What is it?
Are ghosts real?
There is life after death.
I believe that ghosts exist. I have no doubt in my mind that they're here with us.
Definitely, I am a believer.
I've definitely seen ghosts and I've felt things. Tonight I had some pretty intense scares. But this next place is so creepy, I don't even want to do the voiceover.
Don't worry, Audrina. I'll take it from here. There is a place where crumbling walls hold the secrets of some of history's most notorious criminals, where the air is thick with the stench of lost dreams, and that place is none other than Philadelphia. Yes, tucked away in the Fairmount section of North Philly is Eastern State Penitentiary, the nation's first and spookiest penitentiary.
I would say it's a little bit creepy. It's kind of somber and quiet, and it sort of feels a little bit haunting in some way.
Looked like a really fancy building, like a castle, so I decided I'd try and see what was inside.
And there's nothing spookier, more terrifying than a perky tour guide.
Hi, I'm Janine Zajac, and I'm going to be your tour guide today at Eastern State Penitentiary. Eastern State Penitentiary opened in 1829. It was open for over 142 years, closed down in 1971, and is now open as a historic site. There's lots of paint falling off the walls and lots of deterioration, years worth of rubble in the cells. But when this was first opening, it was meant to be, dare I say, comfortable and inspirational for the prisoners coming through. Eastern State opened to be a prison with a very specific goal, and that goal is penitence, the concept of true sorrow or true regret. And through that penitence, prisoners were supposed to transform and become better people.
However, some inmates had no intention to reform.
We had some very famous inmates come through these walls, Al Capone being the number one. It was the first time that he was convicted of a crime. He was here in 1929 for about 7 months. Now, there's no photos of Al Capone's cell during the time that he lived here. So everything you see around you is based upon a newspaper article that described a luxurious cell that he lived in. There's a record player, a rug on the floor, and even a nice writing desk. And also Willie Sutton was here. He was involved in one of the most famous escapes that ever happened at Eastern State Penitentiary. He and 11 other inmates crawled through a 97-foot tunnel to reach freedom outside the walls.
But these cells hold more than mystery. For every Halloween, guests are invited to come and spend the night with the prison's residents.
So Terror Behind the Walls is our #1 fundraiser at Eastern State, and it is a massive haunted house that is produced throughout the cell blocks here on the property. It is terrifying and amazing fun time, and you get to see spaces that are not normally open to the public.
I have been Terror Behind the Walls in the past, and it is very scary. I'm one of those people that I run out of the cell blocks. I also scream, laugh, and cry all at the same time.
And while a Hallows Eve celebration is all fun and games, Eastern State is thankfully absent of any real ghosts, right?
The place does feel haunted.
I wouldn't want to be here late at night by myself.
If there were a place to be haunted, this would be it.
Knowing the history of this place, open for 142 years, a lot of people came through these walls, and I would have to say that if ghosts exist anywhere, they probably exist here.
Halloween is getting dressed to the nines in a super spooky costume. So our own Jackie Tranquita is about to get the ultimate Hallows Eve makeover.
Oh! Okay, everybody, I have a confession. I hate getting scared. And in the past, First Look has done just that. But this year, I say no. It's Jackie's time to turn the tables and strike fear into the hearts of the Halloween faithful at the place that puts the in scary. Universal Studios Hollywood.
It's amazing. It's just so much fun. That girl over there scared the life out of me.
But if I really want to get into my role, I need to meet with the man who trained every monster in the park, the master of ceremonies himself, John Murdy.
I'm just like in awe of where we are right now.
Well, we call this Scare Base, and right now we're kind of winding up the night's operation.
You have how many performers?
We have hundreds of performers, and some of them have to get really elaborate makeup, or what we call prosthetic makeup. Some of them get airbrushing, so there's airbrushing stations. Some of them simply just get blood, because they might be playing a face character. It's all designed to work like an assembly line.
What are the keys to getting like the ultimate gasp?
Prey on the weak. Screams are contagious.
Yeah.
And once you get one person screaming, it usually leads to more people screaming.
Okay.
And that's how I know when we're doing a good job.
And tonight I'm getting into character, but as any actress worth her weight in fake blood knows, a great performance is all about research. So let's see what all the fuss is about at the Scare Maze.
Apparently, before you can be the ultimate scarer, you have to be the ultimate scary. So, I'm getting sent through the Walking Dead maze.
All right, I have done my homework. It's time to get into costume. And with a few finishing touches, a dash of blood here, some rotting flesh there.
I think I have a new Tinder profile picture.
I'm ready to unleash my inner monster.
These are my people.
But as it turns out, scaring can be a little tougher than expected.
Nothing. I'm getting like 50-50. I'm going for the low-hanging fruit, but it's my first day out the gate. Are you shooting my good side? Come here with us. Hello, friend. Nothing. I need tips from the master.
See this barricade right here?
Yeah.
Hide behind it. And when you see these guys will come around the corner.
Wait for them to scare?
So when they scare somebody, double team.
Okay, let's give this another shot.
The best part is, the guys with the chainsaws don't come after you when you're wearing your costume. My revenge is sweeter than I ever could have imagined.
Oh, you're back.
How'd I do?
You know what? I heard some screams. I also heard some people laugh.
Aw.
But I heard more screams than laughs, so I think you did pretty darn good for your first time.
I had a great teacher. Now I'm hungry.
Yeah?
Does anybody have any brains? Anybody?
And so another fantastic Hollywood horror night comes to a close, and I've got to admit, delivering the scares is much more my speed.